Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Harmony Protocol and specifically the price action of the one coin. As we get into this video, guys, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new, make sure you subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will not miss another crypto update. Right, with that said, done and out of the way, let's get into some technical analysis on Harmony. So this is going to be quite a brief one, guys. It's going to give you an update on what is going on most recently. So here we have the daily chart. We are using Binance as the data source. There's a couple of things I just want to kind of point out before we get into anything, and that is, of course, that we are heading into the oversold area on this daily chart. This is something that we've been talking about for a while on the channel because we were so heavily overbought on this stochastic. So we are looking to have that correction. We've come down quite nicely, pushed back to the upside during this correction here, pushed back up here. But again, we're getting rejected from this yellow box area here. Okay, this represents the 618, the 702, the 786 of the Fibonacci retracement. Okay. And we're unable to pierce through here. Every time we get a rejection from this area, it's always followed with a correction to the downside. Okay, so this rejection hasn't been any different. Now, where can this thing bottom out? It's actually found a pretty good, reasonable area of support just down here. But ultimately, we could obviously think about going down to 9.1 cent. We're currently tracking at the point of recording this video at 9.8, and we are only just into the oversold area. So it has the potential to pull back a little bit more, find this support down at the bottom here before finally getting the reversal to the upside. What this does look like, though, is a full correction in terms of an ABC wave. Okay, so we're looking at an ABC correction here. So let me just make this a little bit bigger and show you what that looks like. So when you just grab hold of our ABC, okay, so what we're talking about here, guys, is basically a pull back from here down to the low, back up to the high, and then we're looking to complete wave C. Okay, so this ABC, very, very sharp correction that we've seen in the market here, just a pullback that's quite natural, is very much needed, and because we were so overbought on the daily chart. And again, this has taken us down to a really manageable area. Okay, so again, we could complete this thing around this area here. There's no guarantee that it will go all the way down into as low as 9.1, but there are some interesting areas down here that we also want to be thinking about in terms of maybe accumulation. If you haven't got enough one in your bag, maybe you want to add to it, then there's going to be areas down here, and I will do a few of those kind of buy zone videos for the members, so do check those out. Now, ABC wave, that will be completed, and then hopefully what I mean, it will push right forward into the next leg of the bull run, right, which is fantastic. So these correction waves are nothing to be too concerned with. They're just very natural, and it's to make sure that you're prepared mentally, right, and don't think we're slipping into a bear market or anything like that. Nothing moves up in straight lines, but we're talking about this for quite some time during this wave and this push to the upside that we've had, right? It cannot be sustained for too long, and ultimately you do need to start to have some kind of correction, some natural pullback that allows us to continue pushing back to the upside in a really strong way. And that's exactly what's happening here for Harmony 1. Now, obviously, we can compare this or bring up the data from the artificial intelligence on the 𝗖𝗢𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦 dashboard. Nothing has changed here. It's a B2 rating. Its AMI-HAD ratio is A2. It's got no liquidity problems. It's actually quite fearful rather than greedy, right? And that's actually a good time to be buying. So you can tell it's coming to the end of its C wave correction here, because it's fearful, right? And this is when you actually buy. You buy when it's fearful, and you sell when it's greedy. And in the case of things like Cardano, it's extremely greedy right now. But in the case of Harmony, it's actually very fearful. And this is actually a good sign to say that now's the time to be thinking about maybe buying and dollar cost averaging a better position rather than just selling at this point. This is not the point to sell. Okay, so when we get back up into these charts, we obviously know that we are backed up by the artificial intelligence to say, yes, this seems to be coming towards the end of its correction. Again, this has a nice strong support line that's only less than 1 cent away from its low point now. So this looks like it's going to be a good strong bouncing area for us. We'll finish the correction with our stochastic, and then we'll continue the push to the upside. Now, when we take a look at the hourly chart, right? The hourly chart shows us that we are already pushing back up. But again, this is not going to be necessarily sustained for too long. We're heading up to the overbought area. So I think we're more than likely going to push up towards probably around 10 cent, get rejected from 10 cent, finish the C wave correction, potentially down at 9.1. And then we should be on to some pretty good moves back to the upside. Okay. There is a downward trend that you can see here. This is still sustainable. We got rejected from this area here. I think we spoke about this a couple of days ago. So that rejection, losing the support up here at 10.2 was obviously key to then telling us that we are expecting the bottom of the C wave to come down to 9.1. Okay, so again, this is all looking pretty good. good. So again, push up a little bit, then come down to this area here, and then this should hopefully be the catalyst for change. Now, if we actually extend our trend line down here, down to this point here, this then forms a big triangular wedge. Okay, so again, we could be really tight inside here towards the end of the month, and then an explosion to the upside. Okay, but historically speaking, September is usually the month for corrections, right? It's the month that normally you see the pullback. But actually, have we started to see this ABC wave correction happen earlier this year than expected? Maybe September is not going to be the month of corrections that so many people are talking about. And with that being said, though, there's a lot of other things going on with many of the other charts, and it's important that we acknowledge what obviously goes on with Bitcoin as well. So if Bitcoin does have that historical month of corrections in September and pulls down, then unfortunately Harmony will be susceptible to that. But the damage is already done, and therefore the price correction, if Bitcoin were to do that, would basically be quite limited. It wouldn't be able to go down too low because it's already gone down low enough to correct all of the technical data in the background. So that's a good positive sign. I think the most likely scenario is, though, completing this ABC wave correction, bouncing from here, getting tighter inside this triangular wedge, and then an explosion to the upside. This is where I kind of feel that Harmony is likely to sit, and I think is the most likely scenario to play out in the next week to 2 weeks or so. So one to watch out for, guys. We want to just kind of give everyone an update on what is going on here with the Harmony protocol, what I'm seeing inside the data, and what to expect next. Guys, if you have found this video useful and informative, then do go ahead and hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will not miss another update here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.